may have been wondering where I've been. It has been over 100 consecutive days since I've uploaded a video, and the last one that I did upload was just a random little short. So, where do I even start? I figured that I would recap what's happened to me over the past couple months, and then make a few announcements for my future, some bigger stuff, some smaller stuff, and just get everybody up to date on what I've had to go through in terms of playing guitar because of an injury that I had to succumb to. Over the last year, me, my cousin, and my brother picked up snowboarding, and we got season passes to the local mountain, just about 20 minutes from my house. So we went all the time. We were pretty good at it. I got to the point where I was very comfortable on it. I did a lot of skateboarding when I was younger, so I had no issue with it, and nobody ever had any real bad crashes. My brother had one that was whatever. So I guess one was bound to come, but one day I was up there and we were riding and we were hitting this little jump. It was probably knee high, something like that, maybe thigh high. And I hit it a couple times and I was like, I'm gonna hit it hard, just for fun. I'm gonna hit it hard. I like getting air because I'm an adrenaline junkie. So, I hit it a couple times and I look at my cousin, I'm like, you know what? Let's film it. Let's see what it looks like. So we get up there and he goes to film it and I'm riding it and I hit it. And I think I went down to my knees after that, but I hit it and everything turned out fine. So I was like, shoot, I've got this. There's absolutely nothing that could go wrong here. Things can always go wrong. So on the very next run, I end up in the back of the pack. There was 3 of us. I was in the back and I go to hit the jump. So as I go to hit the jump, right before my front foot leaves the ground, everything's black, which is scary because it's black for a solid 3/4 of a second. And when it wasn't black anymore, I think I would have rather have been asleep. So all of a sudden I sit up like this, and I know as soon as I sit up that something's very wrong with me. My left arm hurts super bad. So I go to lift my left arm, and rather than lifting, it kind of just dangles. So Ski Patrol ends up getting to me after I yelled for them for a little bit, which they did a great job. Props to Ski Patrols everywhere. They did a really good job with me. They get to me, they take my shirt off, and one of them says, "Oh, it's your left arm." And I was like, "Yeah, it's my left arm." Turns out I had broken my elbow in 3 places. I had broken my wrist in 2 places, and I had dislocated my elbow at the same time, which just complicated things even more than needed so. So I get down the mountain. I ended up at 2 different hospitals. I had to spend the night at a hospital for 3 or 4 nights straight before I could have surgery. Went into surgery, had like a butt ton of metal put into my arm, and 2 months later, 2.5-ish, here I am. I have an arm that moves, so this is the one that I hurt, and I have some pretty sick scarring. Everything looks really great down there. And then I have a bunch of metal right here. I mean, it's all up in my arm. So obviously one of the first things I asked was, am I going to be able to play guitar again? And for most of you people that know that I like to play guitar on this YouTube channel, that was pretty vital to me. That's why I was one of the first things I asked. They're like, yeah, they said it'll take 6 to 12 months, but you'll be able to play guitar again. What's playing in the background is me playing right now. So, spoiler alert, I can still play guitar. I'm still into music, still doing school. The pacing of this video may be off, but I wanted it to just be as natural as possible coming from me, because it's something that I've had to go through that's not been easy at all. And I do fully 100% believe that getting through it without the Lord would have been nearly impossible, and would have put a lot more strain on me and my family than it would without having somebody to trust in that can make things right. It's been 2 months, 2.5. I've been going to physical therapy. I get my arm yanked twice a week, so that'll be going on for another month, maybe 2. And I'm gaining motion back. It hurts every now and then, but it doesn't hurt like it did before. Post-surgery was the worst part. Like I said, my arm was all out of whack. I'm not going to show that picture, but I do have a picture of what it looked like in the x-ray. It was pretty nasty. But I can play. And to me, that's all that really matters. You know, I could do pull-ups all day long. That doesn't matter to me. Being able to play guitar is what matters. So, a couple of announcements. This is what I'm getting to, and then I'll be done, and I'll move on. Number one is that I'm attending a local community college, and they have invited me and Karis, my bandmate, to play their end-of-year ceremony, their graduation ceremony for the school. So if I can, I'm going to try and make a relatively big YouTube video out of that, kind of lead up to here's the payoff. This is the first big gig I play after my injury. And then, what was the other thing? I think the other thing was just that I can play. I can, and I can play pretty good. I can throw a clip up. I can still play pretty good. I've lost some of my expertise, but not much of it. And I'm still listening to music like crazy. So for those of you that have been wondering where the heck I've been, I hurt myself really bad. Probably won't do a whole lot of snowboarding for the rest of my life, but I'll do enough. I have a ton of content I really want to get out there. I've been teaching guitar pretty heavily, teaching personal students now. So that's, if anybody has any idea how I can make that into a career path on YouTube, you just let me know. But otherwise, that's where I've been. To recap, I got into snowboarding, crashed while snowboarding, and probably won't be doing much of it anymore. Now, I'll still snowboard probably, because I'm not going to let it knock me out forever. But I won't be doing whatever I tried to do when I crashed. Because like I said, everything went black. I don't remember what happened. Not a bad thing, but I don't remember what happened. So, that's it. I think I've said so 400,000 times. But here I am. I can still play guitar. There are clips to prove it. Nothing can stop me, especially with the Lord on my side. I say only with the Lord on my side can nothing stop me. And I hope that you hear that. If you hear anything else from this video, I don't care. Hear this. The Lord loves you. He wants to take care of you. He wants you to know that you're safe. And that's what kept me from going insane, laying in the hospital with an arm that was shattered all to pieces. But that just about wraps it up. That's a lot of talking to just say what happened, but it's a recovery story. It's something that I can, use as a story testimony for the rest of my life. And I hope that you enjoyed listening to my ramblings. I will see you in the next video, which hopefully should be next week. I'm not going to hold myself to that because I'm a college student. I have so much work to do. But I'll try. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.